This is Dabu7 live here on Dabu 777. And I want to talk about this TD Bank going down here real quick. We have a lot of people emailing me saying, look, TD Bank's down en masse. The only way that they can get any money out right now is through a teller. Trying to zoom this in here a little bit for you guys. Now, TD Bank is, and I've had several people asking, what is TD Bank? TD Bank is just like any other bank out there. I'm seeing that, some people are saying that this is not in their area. I haven't seen a TD Bank around here that I can recall. If there is one in the tri-state area, maybe on the other side of the river, but I don't know of a whole lot of people with TD Bank, but that's personally. There's a lot of people out there dealing with this issue right now, big time, blowing me up through email. And as you can see here, you can just go over to Down Detector. You get over here to Down Detector, you're going to see that they have a spike. You can see right here, October 2nd, problems at TD Bank. They've had issues since 12:41 p.m., and that's actually later. I've had emails coming in for the past several hours in regards to this. Credit card and debit card systems are down. Just called the branch. Cards are being declined. No ETA for fixing the problem. And this was as of 15 minutes ago. People very pissed off. They're getting declined. The 24/7 helpline is busy. I'm hearing that constantly too. People are saying that the cards are getting declined and that the 24/7 help number is down. So this is frustrating a lot of people. And, this is, on the heels of everything else we've witnessed here recently. I don't know if this would be a short-term thing, but I sure know that the people that it's affecting, a lot of people have reached out to me this morning. So I just wanted to cover it and let it be known this is the issues, what people are facing right now. We have, the whole thing with DB Bank imploding as well. And I've been talking about DB Bank now for some time because DB Bank got caught rigging the metals in the markets. They got busted. And none of these other billionaires or any of these other people up in the upper echelons of these businesses seem to care about it too much. And to me, that was a huge red flag because anyone that had money invested should have been highly pissed off. And yet nothing happened. But now they're going to get drug into court, and you're starting to see these other banking systems, I guess, kind of quiver at the knees because they know that if DB Bank gets pulled into court, anyone that is attached to this, well, they're going to get called out too. Other banks have already been called out. I know that people were using their cards last night that I'm seeing. And this whole, you got to remember, this whole thing is just, it's set up on strings. The whole economy, the markets, everything. They can keep this thing going and going until the day they really so choose to pull it out, and to me, they'll keep this thing going until the gig's up, the curtain falls, and all these people start getting busted or pulled into court. Now, I want to say this since we're live, and this in reality, this what I'm about to tell you to me is the biggest factor in all of this right now when it comes to our banks, the economy, the whole nine. I talked about this the other night, but in terms of Saudi Arabia and what we're witnessing right now, the truth of the matter is this. They have billions and billions invested into this economy, keeping it propped up. They, I believe, launched an attack on not only the Western oil suppliers in our rigs, but other countries as well. And they did this by dropping the price of the barrel of oil. And they dropped it so low that it caused the other rigs to have to shut down. They couldn't afford to maintain. They weren't making any money. They couldn't afford to even operate. So this was an attack in my eyes in trying to make these other operations bow down and then reducing supplies and all this other stuff. Well, it's rather interesting. As I was talking about the movie The Rollover in 1981 predicted this type of scenario where the Saudis all of a sudden got squeamish. They broke the deal that they had with the West, and they started taking out large chunks of money. And when they did this, this caused a crisis. And what they did is they jerked billions out of the U.S. economy, and it flatlined it. It just caused it to implode. And as soon as the U.S. dollar went, so did every other little bank and country across the globe. And it's interesting because that was in the movie. Just here this past week, the headline stating Saudi Arabia is threatening to do just that. Why? Because of this whole 9/11 thing. And for those that missed it, let me re-explain the details of this because they're critical. In terms of suing Saudi Arabia over 9/11, there was some hidden stuff ticker taped in there, and you need to see it. They were pushing this like this was the Americans' chance to go after Saudi Arabia and sue them and to get justice for their connection to 9/11. Okay? What they did not tell everyone is that connected to this is also a package that allows any other country to come in here and sue us and pull any of us, companies, people, into a tribunal, which will be an international court, which will have the Chinese, the Russians, and everything else sitting on it. How they just handed over our internet freedom yesterday to this international body. You see where this is going? And there's no way you can install a new world order, a whole worldwide system, unless they all fall down. So it's interesting to me that they're threatening this. And I have a headline I just seen that says the very first woman is setting her sights on suing Saudi Arabia to get the ball rolling. So she's pushing the envelope right now. This woman is. To me, it's all playing out. And if they continue to press on Saudi Arabia, all they're going to have to do is take out massive amounts of funds. And what are we going to do? You think they're going to go to war with them for doing this? No. They've been hand in hand with them on this the whole time. Okay, now, as you can see here with this recent card decline, people are highly upset. Nothing but busy signals. All cards being declined, constantly busy, declined, and down. So hopefully this issue gets fixed, but use this as a lesson. For anyone that's having issues right now, hopefully things get back on track with TD Bank and you can get your cash out and everything else, but use this as a lesson. It's a reality check. Hopefully other people learn from others' mistakes too. You know, if there's a big rush on the banks as well, that's going to do nothing but induce the problem, which will, if people think that something like that's going to happen, if everyone goes running for the banks at the same time the Saudis are trying to pull out all their cash, they could never, even though they continually print money, they could never fill that hole. They couldn't do it. They know this. This whole thing's been propped up on hot air the whole time. And like I said, to me, it's when these guys finally start to get exposed, like DB Bank manipulating the metals. That's huge. They were setting the price for silver and gold and platinum and everything else, controlling it, on where you're buying it, where you're selling it. So they were making billions, if not trillions, in robbing all of us blind. Yet no one's in trouble at this point. Yet billionaires like Soros don't seem to care. Why is that? Why would they not care? It tells me that they're in on it. You know they are. So as far as the banks go and the economy, we do have some big banks going down. They're going to be hauled into court. Talked about it. That's real deal. These other glitches, I would expect to see more with banks. Just I always say it, have a plan. If you're going to have gold, you're going to have silver, have it in a form where you can break it into little pieces and use it in a barter system. It seems to me like people out here seem to think that you're going to make it through the next 10 years and the shit's not going to hit the fan here in this country. I'm a firm believer that within a decade, it's going to, if not rather sooner than later. Okay, so to have a plan is smart here. To have goods to use in a bartering system. No one wants to see this. The banks or the ATMs declining their cards and not putting out money. Eric, did you slide in here on me?
How's it going?
How you doing, brother?
Pretty good.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, well, I've been having a lot of technical issues here, guys. Even with the launch of this live cast here, and we had everything froze, had to shut it all down before we brought this back up, and apparently I don't have any volume coming through my headphones, so I can only hear you through my laptop speakers, which means might be a little bit of feedback. But what's going on with you, brother?
Not much. Just looking into this. This is insane. This whole TD Bank issue.
Yeah, and also as a reminder, we've got Erick's show coming up here shortly, guys. Sunday Truth Lounge, 2 p.m. Eastern. You want to hit the chat there, drop a link real quick. Eric, I've got like too many windows open up here, and I'm afraid if I keep opening up more, and it's going to crash this thing again.
Yep, got it.
There should be, I don't know if there's any links in the description box right now, but I'll update once this stream's over with a link to Erick's channel. For some reason, it's not saving all the links that I plug in there, like over on the other channel. It's been giving me a lot of issues all the way around. That's why I've been using Twitter more and more. Just dropped another video exclusively over there on Twitter for those that missed it about a big drill that's going to go down today in Rosemont in Illinois. Really, I wish I could get up there. It's from 7 at night till 3 in the morning. They're going to be at the fashion outlets. They're going to be at the Dome of Rosemont. They're going to be all over the place, running around with tactical gear, weapons, all kinds of different units, FEMA, all kinds of different divisions for under the cover of darkness, pulling this whole thing off. So if you guys see anything up there in the Rosemont area tonight, keep your eyes peeled. Let me know. It's also the type of environment where things can go live. And, yeah, just a heads up to that. So, what have you been up to here today, Eric? Any other things popping off? I've been fighting technical issues all day and haven't had a chance to really stay on top of things like I like to.
Yeah, I was having issues myself. For example, my phone would not connect to any type of data network at all. So I'm just now getting into the loop of everything that's going on.
That's interesting. You also have to keep in mind how much the banking system and ATMs themselves are ran off of computers and even being hooked to online access. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And especially most ATMs are running off of old servers and services. Like, for example, most bank ATMs run off of like Windows XP, which is no longer being serviced anymore.
And that's a big issue. I don't see how they get away with that not being serviced anymore. They act like it's been, 20 years or something, and it hasn't. A lot of people out there still using that, but that's just a push and a ploy to get people to move over to their new platform that's laced full of plenty of bugs and
Yeah, what they're trying to do,
backdoors.
they're trying to push everybody to go strictly online banking where you don't have any cash. That's the whole plan right now, it seems like. And I've noticed there's been a lot of bank issues, but TD Bank seems to be the biggest issue right now.
Yeah, as of right now, it looks to be solely here concerning TD Bank. And I just wanted to go live here for a little bit and, well, prove to myself I could go live over on this channel because we've been having some difficulty. Run this update and let everybody know that Erick's going to be live here in about another half an hour over on his channel for the Truth Lounge. Always good talk over there. Plenty of updates. And I will probably, over here on 777, I'm probably going to utilize using short live streams a lot more. I may go that route over here. 10, 15-minute live streams on certain things. Go that route. I'm also putting out videos on Twitter. I can't stress enough, guys. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. And also that you're subscribed to my J.KNIGHT channel because I'm going to be going live over there as well. If I go live from the drone, things like that, it's all going to be from the J.KNIGHT channel. And I'll update with links once we shut this down. But yeah, I want to thank everybody that's tuned in here. This was just a quick look at this issue. I have a link to Down Detector in the description box. If you guys are having issues with anything out there, your cell phone service, banking, anything out there, go over to Down Detector and check it out. You can leave a comment, let people know what you're going through, and you can see other people in their comments and what they're going through, and it helps a little bit.
Also, I want to give a quick update to this that I'm saying. This is more than just the United States. Like, there's a guy in Spain right now talking about that he tried contacting TD Bank. He was on hold for 40 minutes just for customer service to hang up on him.
He was online that long just to be hung up on?
Yeah, just to be hung up on.
Wow. So, well, that's a good update there. But yeah, guys, I'm going to shut it down from here. We're going to have plenty of updates over on Erick's Truth Lounge. They'll be on top of everything. Can't stress enough. Make sure to come over there and subscribe to his channel. And I will update with links in the subscription. And just a shout out to everybody out there right now. Hope you guys are having a good Sunday. Hopefully everybody's doing okay. Much love to all you guys. We had somewhere around 600 tune in here for this show. Everybody listening, everybody tunes in afterwards. Much love, guys. We're going to try and stay on top of all this stuff. And going to shut it down from here. So anything you want to say before we go here, Erick?
That's all.
There you guys go. Tune in. Truth Lounge here in about a half an hour over on Erick's channel. Once again, much love to all you guys. And also, make sure to check out our recent sponsor here, Essential Drug Store. Chose to go with these guys specifically because it offers an avenue for all of us to go through to get any medical supplies you need legitimately. So it's there if you guys need it. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. This has been Dabu7. Much love, y'all.